It's 8:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. 4 men have faced court over an alleged gang bashing of 2 police officers at Port Stephens. The Herald reports 2 of the accused have pleaded not guilty, while the other 2 are yet to enter pleas. The men allegedly attacked the officers at Shoal Bay last month after one was questioned over damage caused to cars in the street. 6 blocks of community land are possibly set to be reclassified and sold by Newcastle Council. Sites include Waratah's Wrightson Reserve, Regent Street Park and New Lambton Heights South Park. Residents are concerned their parks will be replaced with apartment buildings. Greens councillor Therese Doyle says it's important for council to undertake site inspections to understand how the community uses their parks.
We need to know what those blocks of land are being used for, if they are being used, if they are being kept up by the community, and whether it is still then in the overall interest of the city to reclassify those into operational land.
A Lake Macquarie soccer club wants the soil on its playing field tested for possible lead contamination. Members of Argenton United FC have told the Herald they're furious the club's home ground, Jack Edwards Oval, hasn't been tested for lead since the mid-1990s when it was remediated. It follows revelations of higher levels in samples taken from a nearby oval at Spears Point. Meanwhile, Hunter New England Health will be conducting a survey on blood lead levels in children. Children under 5 in the North Lake Macquarie region will be offered blood lead level testing. Public health physician Dr Craig Dalton says the levels have been decreasing since the closure of the Pasminco Cockle Creek smelter.
When it closed, the blood leads dropped dramatically, and in 2005 leads were much lower, and in 2006 blood leads were much lower again. We haven't done any surveys since then. We expect that the blood leads will have dropped quite dramatically.
Parking woes in the Newcastle CBD are set to continue. Council is poised to approve a 32-apartment building in King Street. However, it only has room for 6 cars and 8 motorbikes. Nearby Cooks Hill residents believe it doesn't meet parking requirements and are calling on Council to reject the proposal. Most economists predict Hunter home buyers will continue to enjoy record low interest rates when the Reserve Bank Board meets today. The cash rate has been on hold at 2.5% since August last year. AMP Chief Economist Shane Oliver says the RBA won't risk becoming the Christmas Grinch.
The Reserve Bank would always be conscious that if they raise rates just before Christmas, then it would go down badly, and at this point in time, they have no reason to do that.
It's been almost 25 years since the Newcastle earthquake struck, and today the city's museum opens its doors to an exhibit commemorating the natural disaster. The December 28 quake has been recorded as the nation's most devastating natural disaster, causing $4 billion in property damage, injuring 160 people and claiming the lives of 14. Museum Deputy Director Julie Baird says the exhibit is just one of a number of events to remember the 5.6 magnitude quake.
So we're going to have the play Aftershocks, which is based on the earthquake and people telling their stories, and that's going to be performed in the museum on December 28th. There's also an anniversary service up at Christchurch Cathedral on the day of the 28th as well, and we'll be going back and forth between Christchurch and the museum on that day.
Updating sport, homegrown Jets goalkeeper Ben Kennedy is looking to finally cement his spot in the squad after bagging a critical save in the 87th minute of Sunday's F3 derby. After being shadowed by Mark Birighitti for the past 2 seasons and overcoming a string of injury setbacks, the 27-year-old says he's determined to hold on to the number 1 spot. Curry have put last season's disappointing 8th place finish in Newcastle Rugby League behind them, with pre-season training kicking off this month. Bulldogs coach Phil Williams says the sessions will be designed to help the club's new signings blend with the playing group. Another 5 training sessions will take place in the lead up to Christmas before the pre-season begins in earnest in mid-January. And the Hunters' Isaac Heaney has commenced training with the Sydney Swans, with the full squad returning to the field yesterday. The Cardiff Hawks Jr. is being touted as the top talent among the game's newest recruits. 2NURFM News Time 26 to 9.